Picture this. It's 8:06 a.m., and Jake is late for work. He's not just running behind for his 9 a.m. meeting, but for everything on his schedule. When he walks in, his outfit stands out, but not in a good way. Instead of a neatly pressed shirt and slacks, Jake sports a graphic t-shirt and ripped jeans. To top it off, his sneakers are covered in mud from last weekend's hike. As he steps into the meeting, it's clear he's struggling. His presentation lacks focus, and he's rambling through every point. His colleagues are clearly bored, even cutting him off to stay engaged. Despite having a degree in business, Jake doesn't know the first thing about Excel. While he's amazing at scrolling through TikTok, handling work emails or managing spreadsheets is a whole other ballgame. And his casual attitude doesn't stop there. He casually refers to the boss as dude and acts like the office is his second home. So, why is this happening? Why are we seeing so many new graduates like Jake having a tough time in the workplace? Why is the Gen Z workforce, the generation raised in a world of technology, struggling with the transition into professional settings? Jake isn't alone in this. Across different industries, employers are noticing that Gen Z workers, despite being tech-savvy, often face major challenges when moving from the digital world into professional environments. One study revealed that nearly 3 in 5 companies let go of their Gen Z hires within the first year. To make matters worse, 75% of employers say they're unhappy with the performance of their Gen Z employees. So, what's causing this disconnect? The issue seems to be a gap between the digital world that Gen Z grew up in and the professional world they're now entering. Let's explore the main reasons Gen Z is finding it difficult to fit into the workplace. Let's start with the most common complaint: lack of professionalism. Surveys suggest that nearly 90% of companies believe Gen Z employees need considerable training on workplace etiquette. While Gen Z might be experts at texting and using emojis, these digital communication habits don't translate well into professional environments. Imagine sending a funny meme in response to a serious work email. It might be common for your personal conversations, but in business, it's a problem. Professional communication requires a different skill set. Maintaining a formal tone, being concise, and respecting boundaries. 38% of employers have reported that Gen Z workers are overly sensitive to feedback, creating tension in work relationships. Additionally, the way Gen Z dresses for work is also a point of concern. Many employees have shown up wearing graphic tees and sneakers, which is fine for a day out with friends, but not for an office environment. First impressions matter, and appearing disorganized or too casual can harm your professional image. Another issue frequently reported is the lack of motivation among Gen Z workers. Around 50% of employers say they often find themselves micromanaging Gen Z employees because of a lack of initiative. Showing up to work on time isn't enough. Employees need to demonstrate ownership over their tasks and find ways to improve. In the professional world, you can't always rely on tutorials or how-to videos to solve every problem. Why is this happening? Some experts suggest that it's a result of Gen Z growing up in a world where information is instantly accessible. If they want to know something, they Google it. If they want to communicate, it's a quick text. But the workplace requires independent thought and problem solving, something Gen Z might not have fully learned how to do yet. Without the same immediate solutions at their fingertips, they struggle to take initiative in a more structured environment. Next, let's talk about problem solving. Surprisingly, 34% of Gen Z workers struggle with basic problem solving tasks. Despite the fact that Gen Z grew up with technology, problem solving in the workplace isn't as simple as following instructions or using a tutorial. Real-world challenges require deep thinking, collaboration, and creativity. Here's where it gets interesting. Many Gen Z workers are great with digital tools and gadgets, but 30% of employers have reported that Gen Z employees have difficulty using basic office tools, like Excel and Microsoft Word. While mobile apps and cloud-based tools are great, they don't prepare someone to navigate more complex programs required in professional settings. It's not entirely Gen Z's fault. Some of this comes from changes in education systems. Unlike older generations who were taught essential computer skills in school, today's education system often overlooks these basics. Many schools and colleges assume that Gen Z, as digital natives, don't need formal instruction in things like typing or using office software. Unfortunately, this has left a gap. While Gen Z is excellent at navigating social media and mobile apps, they aren't necessarily equipped to handle the foundational technical skills that were once a given in the workplace. Let's talk about social skills, an area that Gen Z struggles with. Growing up with digital communication tools has made Gen Z less adept at face-to-face interaction. This is especially challenging in a professional environment where social skills are critical for collaboration and networking. One study showed that Gen Z's social anxiety has become a major issue. It's not just affecting their personal lives, but spilling over into the workplace. Face-to-face conversations and building rapport with coworkers are vital, but Gen Z is often uncomfortable in these settings. This lack of face-to-face communication skills can hinder collaboration and damage team cohesion. So, how do we help Gen Z succeed in the workplace? It all comes down to training and support. Schools and universities need to bring back the basics, teaching essential workplace skills like professional communication, technology tools, and problem-solving strategies. Employers also need to invest in onboarding programs that teach the finer points of professional conduct and workplace dynamics. Additionally, employers should offer mentorship opportunities to help guide Gen Z workers through the transition. These relationships can provide valuable advice, feedback, and encouragement, helping new employees build the confidence and skills they need to succeed. The challenges Gen Z faces in the workplace are real, but they're not insurmountable. With the right education, guidance, and mentorship, this generation can thrive in professional environments. The key is to bridge the gap between their digital upbringing and the traditional workplace demands. As we move into an increasingly digital world, it's clear that companies will need to adapt their hiring, onboarding, and training strategies to ensure Gen Z has what it takes to succeed. What do you think? Is Gen Z just going through a learning curve, or are they fundamentally unprepared for today's workplace? Drop your thoughts in the comments below,